So, I was watching Harley Badger's video, and I just happened to remember, huh, I have one of those. I pulled it out, here it is. The Mistral gyro aire. And I used this thing for a while, never thought anything of it, but apparently they catch on fire. So that's lovely. Besides for that, it's a very cool fan with the rotating grill and stuff. So it's got the slide control. This is a model, a Mistral gyro aire model GA1670. And it says Windmere Products, and I had no idea that Mistral is actually part of Windmere Products. Another cool thing about this is you can wrap the cord up around the back using these feedy things like that. If I can get this out of here, there we go. It's in almost perfect condition, besides for a slight crack right there. And I think I could probably fix that. Anyway, let's ramp it up slowly. Let's see how slow I can get it to go. So that's about as slow as I can get it to go right there. Why anybody would want it that slow? I don't know. It doesn't move any air going that slow. Let's slowly ramp it up. And no, it does not need oil. I have oiled it. That's just the way the motor sounds. It's such a shame these were known for spontaneously combusting, because when I'm sitting right here, and you know, it would circulate air perfectly, and like I said, I'd have no problem using it, besides for the fact that, yeah, they spontaneously combust apparently. So that's not good. But am I worried about it? No, not really. I'm definitely not going to use it while I'm not around. Oh yeah, this one says gyro aire high velocity in Mistral there, instead of Mistral gyro aire or whatever. That sounds pretty bad, but that's how you turn the rotating grill on. You pull it out to start it, and you push it in to stop it. Just disengages it. And yes, this cord is very thin, and this is definitely flammable feeling plastic. And I still can't figure out how to open it up, like get the two halves apart, get into the switch and everything. I don't know if it just pops off. I don't want to break it, but I would like to look at that. And let's spin it down. So here's spin down without louvers. Okay, full startup without louvers. Spin down with louvers. Full startup with louvers. And off again. Louvers off. I'm gonna try to figure out how to open it up. I might be right back. If not, this is just a demonstration video. If so, I might open it up. I don't know. Just, if the video keeps going, I opened it up. If it doesn't, see ya. So, looking at the board here, this is the, if I could just get this to focus, this is the speed control board. If I could get this to stay still, that'd be great so you can see it. Okay, there we go. Now we need some more light. 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 So, if this will focus. Come on, camera. There you go. You can see this resistor here. The one that is known for failing, apparently. Once again, focus, you can see it's burnt. If I just lightly scrape it with this, you can see it's kind of crumbling. Oh, for Christ's sakes, focus. I haven't moved anything. I'm trying to get that on camera. You can see the resistor. And once again, it doesn't want to focus on it. It must hate this resistor. There it is. You can see it's kind of burnt and all whacked out. Sorry for that poor lighting excuse of crap. Anyway, other than that, this board doesn't seem to be too bad. Focus! It says 70-1460. It's a model number, I guess. And this really isn't even a very... I don't know. But anyway, the power comes in here and goes out there. So this definitely needs to be replaced. But I guess it does work for now. As you can see, the speed control works fine. I'm gonna run it at that speed for a while it's open. And see if we can see any smoke or that resistor heating up in any way. I'll be right back. Okay, so it's been running for about 2 minutes. If I didn't mention it before, this plastic, which is also the cheap flammable plastic that this case is made out of, polystyrene, goes over this in 2 halves and encloses itself onto the board. And the slide control is right there. And the only thing that holds this case together, although you can see there are screw holes, is this thing right here. You can see with the tabs which go in there and hold it together. and then the feet, which just clip on. So there's not a single screw holding this thing together, unless you pull the thing off, the motor out and everything. But anyway, the temperature inside here is about 74. That is 59, just for those of you who are wondering, but it's about 70, 71, it says 74. It's in the 70s, basically. Over here, it'll probably read a bit higher. Anyway, the board itself, pointing right there, as you can see, just in the middle of the board, nothing on it, is about 80. Now, if I pointed at this little thing here, this is 91, got 92 in a spot. The resistor is only 77. And, you know, 82. Nothing else seems to be getting really hot. But like I said, it's only been running for 2 minutes. But if I put my hand over here, I can't feel any heat. So we're going to go ahead and turn it off. And I'm just going to feel this stuff. And yes, that is warm. And resistor's cold. That's not saying we should trust it. I mean, you can see it's gone. But I think if I replace that resistor, it'd probably be okay. But I'm probably going to do what Harley Badger did. And that'll be just to remove this board. I'd probably leave the board in place, but just disconnect it electrically. That way the slide switch would still work. And then put a, you know, the control back there. And I don't know about the overcurrent fuse, but I'd put a, you know, a thermal fuse in the motor. I don't know where to buy a thermal fuse, but I'm sure I can find one. So, stay tuned, maybe, if I decide I'm going to make another video of this Mistral Pyro Aire. I will put it together again, I guess. And I'll be right back. I'll just show you how this stuff goes together, just in case anybody was wondering, because I certainly was, and I just started trying to pull things apart, hoping I didn't break something, and I did not break anything. Which is great, because this plastic seems rather fragile. It's not plastic, it's styrofoam, really. Anyway, be right back. Okay, so the first step to putting this together is putting your board back in there. And the board's just simply held by these two clips here, one on each side. And then the switch, the, what do you call that thing, the button switch lever, the rototubulating slide switch thing, basically pushes onto, sorry about this focus, I really am, pushes onto the metal. So it pushes this way and clips on there, as you could see if it would focus. There you go. See, it just clips on there and then just holds. Now the second thing that's going to happen is this case is going to go over here. I'll be right back with that. Okay, so after fooling around with this thing, stupid thing, it's manual focus, kind of. And sometimes it decides it's going to work in autofocus, sometimes it works, I'm going to have to manually focus it. This thing that goes over the board, it's just plastic closer to the heatsink and everything. And since I'm going to replace the switch and everything in here anyway, I decided I'm not going to bother with that. So now what you're going to do is want to make sure this cord is going to the bottom. It doesn't have to go out the bottom, you just don't want it up here. And you're going to push all this down in there. And you're going to put these slots on there. And then just press the two halves together. And push down on those. without breaking everything in the whole world, push down on these, and I'm going to have 2 hands for this, but you basically just snap them in there. So I put the slightest little dab of super glue on there. I used to have a light over the workbench here, but the ballast went out, and I need to get a new one. In fact, that one over there that's just kind of hanging there, doing nothing. I take this nasty cover off of it. There you go, that's trash. Dry, rotted trash. Yeah, look at that. Anyway, that's trash. I'm going to throw that out. I need to fix this. Maybe I could glue it. I got the glue in here. Might as well do that. I could hang it back up over the workbench. You can see how the glue's failed. Yeah. This is a pretty cool light. It's a General Electric bright stick. Anyway, I'm getting off task. I put a dab of glue there. Then you're just going to want to hook, as you can see here, hook it like that, and then push it to the other side. So I'm going to hook the back here. There you go. And then just push it. There you go. It's snapped into place. Now is when it's very important to make sure everything's lined up and your cord's going through the cord hole. Because you're going to get the other foot thing. So you're going to run the cord back and through that hole. And I'm going to have to put the camera down for that, obviously. But you just snap it on there. Once you put the cord through there, and I'll be right back. So you can see how the cord goes through there. It's all together. There's no huge gaps or holes in anything. Now, one thing I would like to mention is you don't have to remove the grill or the back to do any of that, to pull it apart and get to the control board, but to open that. Anyway, I rolled this motor today, so let's plug in our thin power cord, energize the dangerous flammable power supply board, and turn on the motor with cotton in it and see if it still works. Speed control still works. Everything's working fine. And let's turn on our louvers with Crisco flammable not urethane, what do you call that? Petroleum product grease. Let's turn that on. You know what else is cool you can do with these? Is if you get a flathead screwdriver and just loosen that and not let your grill fly off, because you don't want to break it because it's not very strong. You gotta hold it on with your finger. Get that line back up. Because you can make this thing rotate very fast. In fact, I think they even have one. I think Patton made it. And yeah, you could make it turn this fast. But this one, nah. Gearbox. No, don't you blow off of there again. See, now I've made it difficult for myself here. There we go. No, maybe not. Extra tighten that. Okay. And when it's off, it doesn't hurt it to turn it like this. Anyway, that's a Mistral gyro aire. And I figured I'd say, hey, I have one. Turn it off and unplug it because we don't want it on. and we don't want it plugged in. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be safenizing this fan. Maybe not making it as safe as Harley Badger's, but I'm going to make it safe enough for me to use without staring at it constantly. And if I decide to make a video and I feel like making a video on me either doing it or the finished product, I will do so. If I don't feel like making a video on it, I won't make a video on it. That's how this channel works. I'm not promising any videos. I'm not promising this video is going to be uploaded. There's a lot of times I made videos, never uploaded them, they ended up getting deleted. That may very well happen with this video. And if it doesn't, thank you for watching. Continue to watch. No promises that there's ever going to be another video on this channel. That's how it always is. Whenever I feel like uploading something, whenever I think something is worth sharing, I share it if I feel like it. And I felt like sharing this. Yeah, anyway, I've been rambling on long enough. And I've just made a 20-minute video about a fan. And yeah, basically that's all there is to it. So, keep rototubulating. Keep your rototubulating grills going on your fans. Keep your pyro airs going, I guess. I don't know, I'm just rambling at this point. I need to turn the camera off. Thank you for watching. See ya.